amount of times I've missed trades just for the sake of like doing something or being distracted, mate.
Yeah, I know. But that's just the way the cookie crumbled, isn't it? Unfortunately. How are you doing anyway? You alright?
What's the weather? I am good, mate. I'm off today, so I'm just. I'll go for an eye test.
Aye, aye.
Got the band Jess's graduation later on from uni,
really?
so
That'll be good, won't it?
aye, so yeah, it'll be good. She's done really well. Like she got it first, so.
Really? How old is she now?
22. Jess, she's my stepdaughter, Jess. But she's meant like she's got a good little graft out.
Yeah. That's good, man. That's good. It's mad how quick they grow up, isn't it? Oh,
that's scary, mate. I was at the band's assembly yesterday. It was like an end of year assembly for hers, and it was class. I love stuff like that, man. It's class.
Do you? Oh, see, I'm a bit of a. I'm not like an emotional parent at all. Like, we weren't a really huggy family. You know what I mean?
Didn't have to be emotional. Enjoy watching your kid.
Yeah, I used to hate going to the assemblies and that. And the Christmas shows, like, it was cute seeing them when they're in primary school, but I don't know, I couldn't do it again.
You haven't got a soul, you.
I know. I couldn't do it again, like. It was cute when you look back and look at the old photos and things like that. But
precious moment.
Yeah. Guys, I do apologise. We're back on. I went there. I'm muted. No, I'm not. We're back on. I do apologise. I had a bit of a technical issue. I had to restart my computer. Then it takes 2 days to come back on. And then when I do turn it on, the local village loses all power. So yeah. Anyway, we're back on. We're going to go straight into yesterday's trade. So if you watch my stream from yesterday, we had 2 sell positions on. And where were we? What we'll do, we'll just quickly go over it, then we'll do a top down, and then we'll see what we can grab today. So this is what we had marked up yesterday. Let me share my screen on Discord for you, Pete. You'll see this here. You'll like this. Okay, right. What day we on to yesterday? Yes, so yesterday we had a wing back which we missed, and it was from this point here, literally. Okay, and we missed it. Price dropped through the floor. Okay, and then what we had is we identified that the 4 had closed below. So we had a nice clean range all the way down to at least 3312, which we identified. But we also said the daily can actually come as far as 3270 or the weekly even. Yeah, so might not be in one daily candle, but the weekly can come down to 3271. Okay, so then what we had marked up is we identified 2 areas of a pullback. So we had our break, and then our retest areas were around here. We had 2 areas. We had one here, and we had another area here for a potential second entry if we needed it. 2 key areas where price rejects from. But what we also said is, if price pushes up to our pullback area, which I believe was here, you can then just get a sell stop underneath this candle, because the 4 had broke out at this point. Okay, the 4 had broke out, so you could have just put a sell stop underneath. Now, what happened is, obviously, I come off the stream, price started to move, better. Completely missed our wingback sell by 10 pips and absolutely dropped through the floor. I personally didn't get the sell stop on due to doing chores around the house. So I do blame Emma when she's asking for fish and chips on the weekend, because she's not getting any. Okay, so because now we can't afford it. So And then prices obviously dropped through the floor. We sort of knew this was going to happen, but unfortunately, it was just one of them days. And we've had these days before where our markups have been right in regards to, we've got a general idea what price is going to do, but for some reason we just missed the move. So yeah, it's one of them days, and then obviously price carried on pushing even further down, I believe. So we're well on our way to 3271, and unfortunately we didn't grab any of it. So that's just the way it goes. So what do we do now then? Well, the trade IDs got deleted and we completely forget about that trade, and we do complete top-down analysis and we see what we can grab again today. Okay, so let's go straight into the top-down analysis. So if we look at the monthly candles don't really give us too much. All we know is that the two previous monthlies have closed doji, right? Have closed doji. So we are thinking, okay, do we need a bottom wick? But the thing with gold can just keep pushing without bottom wicks. It can do that, right? So really, I'm not taking too much from the monthly candles, right? We can't really do anything until we get some sort of structure formed. And what I mean by structure formed is something like that. And that means we'll have structure formed there, and then we can either take buys up or sells down. Yes, that's what we need by structure. That'll be a sign of the monthlies, the higher time frames changing direction. Yeah. Now the weekly, on the other hand, so we identified a zone here. It's purple. And we identified another zone here. Okay, so what range are we in on the weekly? Well, the range we're in on the weekly is this one. This is the range we're on. And then we've got to look at what did the previous candle do. Well, the previous candle closed bullish, but closed respecting this level still. So therefore, what range are we still in? Well, we're still in this range. Now fill the range. So what should price be doing? Technically, price should start coming down to 3203. Yeah. And then we've got to say, okay, can one candle push all the way through? How do we find that out? Well, we look left. So we had one candle, didn't quite make it, that one candle. So yes, one weekly candle can push all the way down to fill the range. So this weekly could easily push all the way down to 3203. Yeah, so if you're in them trades, what we marked up yesterday, if you got in, you could see 3203 getting tapped this week. Okay. Now, we can't take any buys until I get a weekly close above this. So I'm not really interested in buys, right? Unless it's off smaller time frames. But the general higher time frame buyers is we're not looking at buys because the weekly hasn't closed above 3357. The only way I'd be looking at buys is if this weekly flips and we get a closure like that, and then we're in the next range above. We're then at that point in that range. Yeah, and then obviously price should be coming up to fill the top of that range. And if we get a closure above that, then what range are we in? Well, we're in whatever range above, but we haven't got a range, so we don't actually know. Yeah, so that's how it works. Basic chart reading. This is like the default way to read charts, in my opinion, right? Then if you've got any other strategies, you can just put over the top of them. That's how you want to trade. So what could we expect on this weekly candle? Well, this is where it's a bit tricky, because normally what we get is, if we get a bullish close like that, before driving down, yes, we can get one candle come all the way through, because prices showed us we could get that. But what also we could get is maybe a doji. Doji candle, the bottom wick, and then if we get that, then the next weekly can maybe be the one what drives through. So this weekly could pull back to give us a doji because the previous weekly is bullish. Yeah. Now, if we get that, then next week should be fairly straightforward in regards to taking more sellers down, right? Because you've now had 2 candles respecting this level. So you're pretty confident that that price needs to come down to fill the range. That's where it's going next, right? So could we look at buys then? Well, yeah, potentially, because we could potentially see this weekly pull back. Okay. So the weekly at the moment, it's giving us a bottom wick. It could carry on driving or it could start pulling back so it closes doji. So that's what we need to remember as we go down the time frames. So if we look at the daily, what's the daily done? Well, the daily had a lovely daily close, exactly where we said price was going to push to. So it's worked out perfectly. But now what's going to happen from here? So if we look left, what has price done? When prices came from these levels, got another level here, got another level here. What has price done next? So when prices closed here, got one there, got one maybe there, got another one here. They're a bit skew with them ones. What has price done next? Well, price looks like it's pushed all the way down to at least these levels. And this is why we had our target of 3271, the next zone to get tapped. So I can just see this daily carrying on pushing down today to 3271. The daily's closed below this minor support. You have got a minor support here, which we identified yesterday. But the daily's closed below it. Then we've had a top wick, and now we're flipping to the downside. So yeah, I can see price just pushing straight through to 3271 at this moment. So could we look at sells to push down? So 6 hour, what's the 6 hour done? 6 hours closed, we've had a top wick. Is the 6 hour going to flip to the downside? Yeah. Price is never rejected from around here apart from here. But we've closed below that. So, oh wait, there's one here. What's this? Close below that. Left. That's all we've got. Yes. So the 6 hour is clean traffic range down to 3271. Yeah, we have clean traffic range, so we like that. That's good. 4 hour. We had a forward close. Didn't close below this minor level. We got an hour and 25 left. That's probably hard for you to see. What is this level here? There's another minor support here. Which we haven't closed below. Okay, that's interesting. So the only time we drive down to there is when the 4s close below this level. Or it happens before that. So this 4 currently could flip to the upside at any point. Close bullish. So we've got to be careful of that. The daily and the 6 look nice, but currently the 4 is still respecting. Let's have a look at the 3. 3 is similar. So we've had a 3 hour bullish close. We are sort of nest play on the 3 though. Tell you what, if we get a 6-hour bullish close, I might be interested in back buys. Might be interested in wing back buys from 3271. I think see the 2's closed.
Alright.
Good morning, Andre.
Boys, the boys are in the
Lads. How are you doing? Alright.
Yeah, that's about yourself.
See me trade yesterday, what just missed his 10 pips, Andre.
Hey.
Fucking hell, man. Did you grab it or not?
No.
Beautiful. Okay, so this 2 looks like it's not ready. I'm just worried about this 4. This is the only thing that put me off. If we can get a 4-hour close, which will also be the 6. What's priced on prior? Got no top wick on that candle. 2, let's have a look at 1. Okay, when we get a 1-hour close below this, what happens to price? Let's have a look. 1 through 1. See, this is what you don't want, where price just bombs straight through with 1 candle. 1 hour, gone. 1 hour. Perfect. This is what you want. This is a perfect 1 hour nice close with a bottom wick. Then you get a top wick. Sell stop. Done. Simples. But the ones can tend to drive through on this first candle, which is a bit of a nightmare. Do I need to break the highs again? That's the question. So we could look at, if the 1 hour closes below 3287, we could look, as long as you don't drive through, tap 3271. Stops would just be off the hour high, so it'd be quite a nice risk to reward, I would think. But the thing is, this 4, technically the previous 4, is respecting a support level. So at any point this 4 can flip back to the upside. So this is what we've got to be careful of. There's 2 1 hour candles left in the 4 hour. So what that means is, if this one closes below, I would then need a top wick to then rule out the fake out for the 4 to flip back to the upside. Okay. If this one closes as it is, and then the next one closes below, we could just market execute, because that would be the 4 definitely closing below. Yes, you might get a top wick, but we'd have to use the 4 hour for stops at that point. Okay, but we could just market execute. So yeah, we're close, guys. We've got potential sells on, but we're just not ready. We just need to rule out this or flipping back to the upside. If the 6 hour, here's a one for you though. If the 6, which is also the 4, where did I see this at? Where the hell was that? Seen it a minute ago. Can't see it now. Maybe not the 6, the 4. Was it the 4? What I do like though is when price comes to this level, you do tend to get a rejection even if you're driving down. So if you look at this one where it powers through the floor, you tap, I'll zoom in here, you tap, you pull back, and then you carry on driving. Also, is another one where it drove through the floor, but look what happened prior. You tap this area again. So, could this be a potential wing back buy area from, say, from 3271 potentially, with a second entry at I'll put the second entry on. Code button stuff would just be. I would be something like that. So what you're trying to catch is, as price is pushing down, tapping these zones, pulling all the way back up to 3356. That would be the weekly coming back up to fill the rest of the range, because there is a bit of a gap on the weekly. Not sure what you're going to do with that. Not sure you're going to come back up that far. I think if anything you'll come to 3322. So you'd be something like this. Tap, back up, creating top wicks, getting rid of all this top wicks and this fair value gap which is here. And then you'd probably go. So we could potentially look at, I would much prefer the sells down. Yeah. Because even when the daily drives down, you tend to reject from this level. There's another daily there. You still reject from this level. This one didn't. But look at the previous candle. It rejected from around here. What is that? I need to see what that is. Oh, look at that. Okay, I can't see that happening because we're way below that. Right, let's have a look at these levels. On a lower time frame. How does the 5s and the 15s look? Okay, so if we go down to the 15, and we can, what it is, if you, little tip here, if you colour it in green, you can identify that area, and then you can really fine tune your entry and go, okay, well, how does the 5 look? Well, the 5 tends to respect this certain level and then pop down. So you're just looking at it on the 5. So you get a nice big 5 close, and then price pushes. Probably pushes with no top wick and then flip to the upside. That would be perfect to come back up. What's happened on this one? So, oh, look at, so price actually taps it first here, pulls back down. So there's definitely a zone round 3271 off the 15. So as long as we respect 3271, it should be good to pull back to at least 3287. So that could be a potential take partial move to break even area. So again, 15's respecting these levels. So I think as long as you respect this level, you should be pulling back. I want to mark this area up as a potential take partial. This might be on this. I mean, we rest about a bit there, but eventually you do come back up to 3284. 5 down, tap, new 5. Back up, tap, same again. So again, as long as we're respecting 3272, tap, back down, second entry. Interesting. So it's a bit of a strange one, this, because the bias is sells off the, well, even not off the weekly. We're just respecting a support unless the weekly's going to flip and give us a fake out, and that's something we can't preempt. I'm just trying to see if we can pull stops closer. The issue we've got is this one. So you would have tapped there, you would have came straight down. You don't hit. No, you wouldn't have. Been this, wouldn't have. Tap there, straight through. If we do come straight through, this would be our worst case scenario. Second entry, and then you start to come back up. So yeah, we would have to go there. But where are we going to push back to? Is the question. So this one comes. Oh, let's go start from the beginning. Let's go on to maybe the hour. This one pushed all the way back up to 335. I don't know. I think this would have to be my full TP. This level. Tap, you go. Tap, tap, go. This is obviously wrong analysis, but this is a worst case. Even if price wants to drive down, what does price do? Well, it tends to pull back to at least the take partial area, 3285. So you're still sorted basically. Yeah, look, pulls back and then drops to the floor. So that means this would have to be closer. Something like that. Tap, tap, straight through. Tap straight through. The issue we've got there is it worth the trade? So if we're looking at something like this, here, stops for me. I mean, you could have stops closer, like that, but there's 2 times where price is pushed like that, and then still came back up. So you could have stops like that, but the probability gets less. Or you could have stops like that, where the probability is a lot higher. But that's what you'd be looking at, 1.5. 1.5. Is it worth it? We're not bullish. This is the issue, we're not bullish. The daily's bearish. The weekly's bullish, so yeah, the weekly could flip. And that could be... So this is why I don't think it'll come back up to 3356, but we could come to 3318, Because if you remember what I said in the top-down analysis, what could the weekly do? Remember what we said with the weekly? Before driving down, we might get a small doji style candle. Therefore, we're going to get a bottom wick. And is this the bottom wick we're getting off the weekly? So is this weekly going to pull back and we're going to close small? So we've opened up, we push down. Are we going to close small bearish maybe? And if we do that, that would be our bottom wick. And then the next week, are we going to get our top wick? And then that's the one that comes through. Could that be what we're going to get? Therefore, we can take buys. Or is this weekly going to drive straight through? I am interested more on sells still. But at the moment, I need to see. If you look at this 4 now, what did I say about the 4? This 4 could flip back to the upside at any point. Because the 4 is still respecting the zone. So this is the importance of waiting. Yesterday was a prime example of waiting for the pullback. I know a few would have got in, but it was a prime example to waiting for the pullback because we did get the pullback. Yes, you probably wouldn't have been stopped out, but a lot of people would have had the stops closed, I know for a fact. So how could we grab the sells? What would we want to see in regards to the sells? Well, ideally, what I'd like to see is forward bullish close. If we can get a forward bullish close, and then the next 4 pops down and then flips to the upside, that would be perfectio. That would be perfectio. Perfectio. So what we need to see, we need to wait for this forward to close really, which is in an hour's time. The only other thing, well, so if we look at maybe this area here, look at this area, we had a doji close, and then the new 4 closed bullish, and then the next 4 came down, tapped. I mean, this is late at night, and then we pushed. We get that there. When these 4s close bullish, it doesn't mean they're just thinking, could we look at a wing back sell from 3324? That's what we want now. Was about to close. We need to see how this 4 is going to close. I think this 4 can keep pushing down. I am interested in these wing back buys, guys, but we know the daily. To be honest, all the dailies reject from here. There's only one what's drove through, this one, right? Even this one on the way down, rejected here. So I think I'm going to get that on. Only issue, another issue we've got is, so we broke a high, we had liquidity, got quite a lot of liquidity. then we pull back. So could we easily just push past these levels? And this is just a pullback. Yes, this is why I would much prefer sells, but I can't get in at the minute. The only way we could get in is if we get maybe a 1 hour close below this level. If we get a 1 hour close below 3287, we could then sell down to at least this wing back area. So we have got a potential wing back sell as well at 3318. So if we have a look at this stone, so where price respects this, when it pulls back, how far does it pull back to? So you've got an area here, we respect, area here, we respect. Be there for me, really. But that's going to take ages to get up. Absolutely ages. We can really just mess about here. This is the issue. I don't even think we're going to have time. It takes hours to get up. Yeah, I think our best bet is either. I'm not really interested in the max sells. Let me check this 1 hour again. The thing with the 1 hour is they can just drive straight through. That's the issue. So if they drive straight through, I think I'm going to take these wing backs, guys. And if the hour closes below, you can look to manage risk. Used to this, isn't it? 12 o'clock. Yeah, I'm not going to go full rate. I'm only going to risk probably 1% on these. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, guys, at the moment. I've got wing back. To get up to these levels can take hours. We might just mess about, right? But if we can come down, we can come down within the next hour candle or the one after and still come back to our take partial move to break even. We can even sell down as well. If the hour gives us a nice close, it's literally around this level. If we get that nice hour close below this level or something pops out, wait for a top wick and we could sell down. But also, I'll be looking at a wing back buy from here. Believe it or not. But my stops will be a 3243 because I want to rule out, if you think about probability wise, right? Unless price gives us new data, and that's what we can't preempt. So if price just shots straight through the floor now and does not stop, that's new data because price has never done it. Price is always rejected from here or here, pull back to here, and then gone. Okay, So if we look left, every time price comes below this level, you get, we didn't quite reject from there, but we rejected from this one. This one comes back up. Yeah, you would have been out on this first trade anyway because you've been the second one. That's what we do. But even if you didn't, this would have just missed your stops, tapped, and then you've gone, you hit and take partial move to break even. So that's done it. Let's go on left. Another one, tap, pull back. This one about if you come straight through like this, you tap the second one, you pull back again, miss stops. They're the two areas where price drives straight through. All the other times, price is rejected, even if you drive down. Another one, tap, take partial move to break even. You came to the second one as well and came back up, and then you drove down. So even when price wants to drive down, you still reject from them levels. This one, we've got to not take into consideration the reason. Well, I mean, it still works out. Look, still plays out. Tap, pull back, take partial move to break even, then price drives. So currently we're on 100%. If we tap that area, we pull back to 3285. Okay, and that is 120 pips. Okay, so currently we're on 100%. Next one, tap, 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 and that, I believe, is all we've got. So now, going over what we've just covered, 100% of the time around these levels, you reject from 3272 to at least 3285, 100% of the time. So if you put this trade on, it doesn't play out, then that's new data just printing. And this is where people go wrong, because what happens is, let's say price just goes straight through, it stops you out, and you're like, oh, what happened? My strategy doesn't work. And you start going over yourself, and you think, wow, where did I go wrong? And you start seeing things because your brain's playing tricks with you, when you've just gone off probability. It's printed new data. It's two things we can't preempt: fake outs and new data. Yeah, so that's all it was. So you just leave it, forget it, done. So yeah, I'm gonna have a wing back buy from 3272 and also 3260 for a second entry. My stops are going to be 3243. If you want to make the probability less and have better risk to reward, you've got to work this out, right? So you would rule out this one. You would rule out, I think it was 3 areas where price came straight through. This one. And you would rule out, no you wouldn't, this one would play out. So you could move stops. I'll tell you what, I'll keep that one there. You could have stops, something like that. Here, 3256. That means you're covering all these. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2. So 6 against 2. Against 2. 2 doesn't play out and 6 does. So the probability is obviously less, but your risk to reward would be greater. So this way you've got to work out, right, are you happy having stops closer? Maybe have stops like that if you're going to do it. So if you are, then you can have stops of 3254. If not, and you want 100% probability, I mean it's never 100% on Forex, let's say 99%. Yeah, then put stops at 3243, so it's completely up to yourself. Bear in mind, you can get one candle that comes all the way through and smashes your stops. Okay, so that's what I've got going on, guys. We are going to look for sells down also if we can get a nice 1 hour close below these levels. Right, So stand by for that. I'm going to get these on the trade ideas. I'll leave this on for you. But what I'll do is I'll put less probability stops. Less probability stops. Brackets. Your choice. That's probability stops. I need a better phrase for that. Andre, are you still in? You're better with words than me. What could I say to make that a bit smaller? Potentials. That's probably stops. Your choice.
That's the bigger ball stop loss.
Yeah. Is that what you're going to put?
The BB? No.
Do you know what I haven't got on here? I haven't got stop loss. How have I never had stop loss? Loss. Save this as. Okay. So that's what I've got. That's what I've got going on. But remember, in the back of our mind, from the top down, the weekly can drive through, right? But we're just going off previous data because it's all we've got to go off, and we can't tell the future, unfortunately. And every time we've rejected from them levels, so that's what I'm doing.
Alright, I gotta shoot off.
Yeah, no worries, Andre. Catch you later. Stay low, move fast, stay late, stay alive.
Check out, bye.
Catch you later, mate. So that's what I've got, guys. Let's get this in the. Not be looking at the chat. That's it. Three, 2, 7, 2, 9. Stop loss for me is 3, 2, 4, 3, 4, 3. TP1 is 3, 2, 8, 5, 0, 0. TP2 3, 3, 1, 9, 3, 3, 2, 6, 0, 5, 2, 7, 2, 9. Boom! Okay, we're on. We are on it like Donkey Kong. Now, you remember what I said? We are looking at potential sells down. 4's flip back down. Is the 6 gonna flip? Got an hour left of it. Let's remove these until they get activated, guys. Tell you what, leave the last one on. Thirties here, see what the 30s look like. Messing about a bit of 30. It's a nice close. 30. No. Drive through as well. We have to go to 15 here. See what this 15 looks like. When we have 15 close below this, what happens to price? Mess about. Over. No. $15, pull back, gone, nice. 15, nice. We've got 15 close below there. Sun's out today, so you know what that means, don't you? Sun's out. We might have a swoop entry here to try and get in, so it's off a 5. Shit. There's a 15, there's a 5. Can the 5 pull back? If the 5 can pull back, we might have a sell stop on underneath. And we'll just literally use the stops on the 5. If this 5 can pull back for us. So if this 5 can push back to here, we're going to get a sell stop underneath. The stops would just be the high of the hour, so it's tight basically, so it would be a case of a small loss, but I'll still be using a small lot size. Can't be pulled back though. Oh, do you know what we can do actually? There's 3 minutes left to this 5. This 5 can pull back to here. And we're going to look to enter, which stops above the high. And if the 5 closes above, we'll just get out, because that's a new 15. So what I'm expecting this 15 to flip. So if we can pull back to this, if the 5 closes above, stops are going to be above 3296. Okay. Come on, 5. So if this pulls up, and what we'll do is we'll enter. If the 5 closes above, we should still get a bottom wick, and we can get out a break even. I want to see if this 15 is going to flip. It should flip. It should carry on. You might not even get much of a top wick, to be fair. But if we can pull back to there, fantastic. I'm not sure we're going to do it now. There's 3 minutes left. Come on! $15 was lovely, to be fair. This 15 is free falling down to, and look, shit bag. A little shit bag. Yeah, plan's out the window now, guys. So the 30 is the next one to close. If the 30 closes below, we get top wick. We can look to take that. I'm just going to nip to the toilet, guys. We're just waiting. We've got okay, I'll be back in a second. Oh, we've had the close. Let's have a look. That's a 30-minute close. Right. Okay, what we can do is if we get this pullback, I might be looking to enter. If the 15 closes back in, my stops are going to be the high. The 15 closes back in, I'm just getting out. Come on, can we get a pullback to here? 3287. Basically expecting the 30 to flip. And if the one closes respecting, if the one closes respecting, we look to manage risk. Because we might get a fake out, you see, but the one hasn't closed. We've got 30 minutes left of the one to close. Come on, a bit further, a bit further. Okay, guys, I'm going to get in. Look at these, actually. Just want this area tapped, ideally. Okay, I'm in, guys, for sells on this. Yeah. I'm in for sells. My stops are either one. But here's the thing. This is a swoop entry. So what we mean by swoop entry, my target is only 3272, believe it or not. Right? 3272. That's my target. What I'm expecting is this 15 to flip. We ideally want this 15 to flip. It might not because of 30 and the one needs to close. So if the 1 hour closes, respecting this level, I'm just getting out. Okay? But if the 1 hour closes below, fantastic. But it still doesn't rule out that we might get a fake out. Okay? But what we're doing is if the 15 closes back above 3287, then I'll look to get out. I'll look to manage risk, okay? So I'm expecting price to flip. Once this 15 candle flips, I'll look to go risk free. If this, we might not flip yet because the 1 hour hasn't closed. So it all depends on how far down the 1 hour is going to close, basically. And then, not to mention, we're going to get a top wick, aren't we, off the hour? So we're probably going to have something like, so if this 1 hour closes like this, we don't know how far it's going to close. There's only 25 minutes left of it. Hoping it pushes further. And then the new 1 hour is probably going to give us a pullback, tap previous support, and then a flip and drive. Okay. So it's just a swoop entry to see if we can get down to 3272 on this. It's not full risk for me. It's only 0.5%. I've got going on. Can this 15 flip? Here we go. Is this the flip? Oh, is this the flip? Ah, that's a lovely, lovely. Five closed doors here. Not bad. See how this 3 closed. This 3 closed like this, fantastic. If we come down to these levels, we'll look to go risk free, take partial. But like I mentioned, it's all on the one. all on the one really. We ideally need that. The 30s broke out lovely, but the 30, what tends to happen, the 30 can sort of come back up, mess about before driving. That's what we've noticed. So we really need the one to be exactly the same. So if you look left here, so if you look at this 30 closes here, new 30 actually closes back in, and then it starts to make its move down. Same again here, 30, bearish, bullish, back up, bullish, messes about, and then it drives through. Okay, so get our zone on me. That's ideally what we want. 30 close, about a top weight, and drive to the downside. All on this one really. Look at that 15 flip now, guys. Yeah, see what I mean by the 15 flip? Okay, I'm going to go risk free now. If you want to keep stops where they are, keep stops where they are, because the one's got to change soon. Right, I'm going to take some partial. Take 50% out of this now. Okay, so we are risk free. We've took partial. What you could do if you want is keep your stops where they are. Because you took 50% out, basically your stops are going to be less. So now you might be risking 0.1%, 0.2%, something like that. Right? Which you might be comfortable with leaving stops where they are. So it's completely up to yourself, really. So let's see how far we can drive. I have still got my wing back buys on. Still interested in my wing back buys. Do you know what? I haven't even put them on my bloody MT4. What? Stops will be 3, 2, 3. Another win, guys. 3, 2, 6, 0, 5. 3, 2, 4, 3. Three, 2, 7, 1, 4, 9. Stops are DP. Oh, close. 260. Okay, I'm out, guys. I'm stopped at break even on that. So I took about 150. What did we grab? Uh, 167, sir. 167 we had on that. So not too bad. Put it down as a win. I'm just getting these trade out. I haven't even put them on yet. If you keep your stops where they are, not a problem. Three, 2, 60, 5, 3, 2, 4, 3, 3, 2, 4, 3, 8. Partials. Lovely. Okay, guys, this trade is done. What did we peak? So we peaked just shy of, say, 40 pips. We peaked. Let's get it on the trade ideas. Sorry, on the logbook. Let's change this to 109. Not a huge amount of profit. I was expecting price to push a bit further, but it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. July. So we got 9th, 7th, 3. Time did we take that trade? That was a 15-minute close, 9th, 15. That wasn't, it was half now. 9:30. This was on gold. And I was only risking this. It's on a 50k account. This was a simple breakout off the 15. That's all it was really. But we're expecting the 1 to break out, so we could look to re-enter. We are 60. What was it we took? 150, 65, 164. 164. How many pips to stop loss? What was the stops again? We had 96, was it? Yeah, I'd say 100 pips. And I took partial round about say 25 pips. We'll say 25 pips after break even. Took this was a swoop entry. 50 min flip, anticipating the 1 hour out. Max drawdown, we didn't have any drawdown, did we? But max pips before break even, 40 pushed. Lovely. So July, we're up. It's based on a 50k account, guys, right? Based on a 50k account. We're up just shy of 2k this month alone. It's the 9th, so we're doing all right. This account alone is up. Why is it not showing that? So we're up 5,781 on this account alone. Okay, dashboard's looking pretty good. 200 pips for June. We're up 595 pips for July. We're up 935 pips for May, and we've only took one loss since being back on stream, and that was this loss here. It was actually the first trade taken on stream again, which is absolutely typical. So yeah, we are smashing it. It shows June I was not here, guys, right? Because we had some personal issues. Not being ill. That's why there's literally one trade we took in June. It was a decent trade, but this could have been a lot better. Those stats are looking fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So well done, everyone. Like I say, we don't get many on the streams because we're sort of fairly new. And yeah, man, yeah. Once people start seeing the stats, that's when they start twigging, start jumping on. Yeah. So I'm in a position where I sort of don't need to do this. I do for educational purposes, and also I do it for my own comfort. I like the company. But I trade on the morning by myself anyway. But at least I can chat to some people if they get on. This is why we did used to do it in-house just for members. We did used to just do it in-house just for members. But we thought we'd open it up to public, which is nice, really. It's nice because you meet new people, I suppose, and they're from all over. I really don't know why it doesn't show on my bands. Get up there, you little fucker. So nice win for sells down. So what we're looking at now, so the 15 still hasn't closed in, right? So if you were still in this, fantastic. Good morning, mate. How are you doing, Forex? Well, good to see you again, buddy. You've been on before, haven't you? Morning, mate. So the 15 hasn't closed back in. You've got no top wick and you've got no bottom wick on this 15. So I wouldn't panic too much if you're still in on it. This 15 can easily flip to the downside. Now remember, all about the 1 hour. The 1 hour needs to close below, ideally. We might have more positions coming down, but we've still got our wing back buys coming on. So we're expecting a rejection from either here or here to come back to at least 3285. And then price will decide what it's going to do from there. Whether you're going to carry on up or you're going to reject to carry on down. So yeah, we're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. We just took a win. I need a little thing on here. Don't know what says trades taken. We're up 22 pips this morning. Where can I put that on here? Do we get rid of the chat? Do we remove the spinning logo at the bottom left? Trades taken so far on stream. Interesting. This one going to close, which is also the 4 and the 6. What did we take again? Was it the 5 or the... the 15 now. And why did we expect this 15 to flip? Because this one's got no top wick. So what tends to happen, the next one then becomes opposite candle. That's what tends to happen. 15 pushed up with no bottom wick, so you're expecting a bottom wick at least on this 15, and then the 15's flipped. So what's the 15 going to do? Now if the 15 closes bearish, fantastic, great sign. You're still respecting this level here. But remember, the 1 hour is going to close in 6 minutes. What we're going to get with the next 1 hour, we're going to need a top wick. So if the 1 hour can close below 3287, and then we get a top wick, and then a flip, we can look to catch some pips down. But remember, we've got our buys up from these levels as well. Good morning, guys. Welcome. Who's that? Anshul Devnia? Is that right? Did I pronounce that right? Good morning, mate. Welcome to the stream. So we're back up. So I used to stream on YouTube. Was that last year or the year before? Did it for about 8 months. We have fantastic results on there. And then we thought we'd bring it back into house because I trade live for members every morning. But this year we decided to come back on the stream. Our stream stats so far on stream. So every trade taken on here has been taken on stream. Okay. So, and you can see every trade we've took, it's got its own YouTube link. Okay. We've had 1 loss and all the rest have been winners. And we're in July at the moment. So we're doing pretty good. This minus 54 is classed as break even technically. Okay, so that, we have put that down as a break even. That was 3 entries on one, that, as you can see. Really, really nice. So we're doing pretty good on stream. This is based off a 50k account, staying within the prop firm rules. So if you've got prop accounts, because I have got a live account which I'm building up, but I only trade sort of prop accounts really. So any trade you take with us should stay within the rules of prop firms. Okay. So we've got 93.33% win rate so far, but that's taking into account that minus 54. I don't know why it does that, it does my head in. Should be a little button where I can click break even. So technically we're probably looking at 95%, I would say, win rate, which is absolutely unreal. And I know my stats are unreal. The issue, well, it's not really an issue because it makes no difference to me, but I'm not known. I'm not known because I'm not a guy who puts myself out there. However, I'm saying that I'm now on YouTube, so if you do want to follow along, by all means follow along. I trade in the mornings anyway, and I mainly do it for the company. I like chatting to new people. I like meeting new people. And trading's boring. It can be boring. Trading by yourself on the charts, I just get bored. So I do like to get on and meet new people, see where people are from and how their trading's going. And even if you take one thing away from my streams, right, one thing, then I'm happy. The rest you might think shit, but as long as you take one thing away, I'm happy. Now remember, when I'm on these streams, I'm not telling you this is the way to trade. I'm showing you the way I trade. Yeah, it's completely up to yourself whether you take things on board or not. Yeah, I'm not saying this is the way you should do it. I'm part of a community called Relentless, and we have a number of different strategies on here. The way I trade here, it's my own way of trading. Yeah, but it works for me. That's what you've got to find out, really. I think that's the beauty with trading. You've got to see, and you take snippets from sort of different mentors. You don't come on and then fully copy. You just take, oh, that's good, I'll use that. It's like using the right tools, isn't it? You bring all the tools together to get the job done. That's pretty good, pretty nice. If you've got any questions, you can drop me a message in the chat or reach out to me on social media. I do reply to every message I get. Yeah. And I apologise about the music. It's terrible. But it's the only non-copyright music I can get at the moment. So with this one closing in 2 minutes, we need a top wick. This is also the 4. Well, let's have a look at this 3, see what this 3 is doing. See, we had a bullish 3, then we had a bearish 3. I need a top wick. If we get a nice top wick, we can look and get sell stops underneath. If we just pop down, ideally, if we just pop straight down with no top wick off the next 4. So what we want to see really is if the 4 can pop straight down with no top wick, tap, and then a flip. So these are the 2 wing back areas we've got on, guys, right? These are the 2 wing back areas we've got on. Now, you've got 2 potential areas for stop losses. You've got a less probable one, which is here, but you're going to have a better risk to reward. And then you've got the probability on this second one. Price has never drove straight through without rejecting from these areas. And this is the thing you've got to accept with Forex trading. Even if you're 100% of the time price rejects from here, well, 100% of the time price either rejects from here or here and comes back to here. Okay, 100% of the time. Sometimes price can push further, but if you keep your stops here, 100% of the time price does that, and then it decides whether it's going to carry on or push further down. So for example, if 100% of the time price does that, then your odds are pretty good it's going to do it again, unless it prints new data. And new data is something we just can't preempt in Forex. New data and fake outs, 2 things we can't preempt. We bring things in place to sort of limit how many fake outs we get done with, but we just can't preempt it. So unfortunately, that's just Forex. So you don't look at your strategy if you get stop losses hit. You just think, that's Forex. That's what happens. Yeah, we're looking at another entry. Is it Nick? I can't see his name. Nick Heel. Welcome, mate. We are looking for another entry, but I need a top wick. So ideally what we want to see is if this one can pop down again with no top wick, we are looking at 5 from 3272. I do want to sell down, this is the thing, but I need a top wick now. So I need a top wick at least, and we had this yesterday. If you watch my stream from yesterday, guys, it was a great stream. We had this huge drop. So we had a wing back sell from here, which we missed. Was it this one? Yeah, it was. Yeah, we had a wing back sell from here, which we missed. It missed us. Our wing back sell was like that. So we were selling from this line. Price just missed it by 10 pips on through the floor. And we did mention about sell stops on. I didn't get them on personally, so some guys would have got sell stops on. Absolutely dropped, hit our TP fantastically. But what I will say to you is, it's so important you wait for the pullback, because people wanted to get in here. And I said, price needs to pull back to at least this level. If you watch my stream back, then we'll get sell stops on. Otherwise, you just would have been took into this drawdown. I mean, you wouldn't have hit stops, but you would have been took into that drawdown. So, and it's the same with this really. I need this pullback, and if you look what price is doing now, if we get this pullback to this area of the 1, we can get sell stops underneath to come down. And the reason why I want the pullback, because if we look left, look what's happened here. 1 hour, close bullish, back in. You'll be panicking at that point. Yes, we close back below, so you do exactly the same for the pullback, and then you go. But you can mess about around here basically, and we don't want to get faked out. We've got news today as well, 2 hours time, so you do have to be careful. We had a lovely 1 hour break there and then a pullback. Another 1 hour break, pullback, goes bullish. Might not actually need to pull back that far. Stop sneaking in. One hour close, top web. Yeah, you could probably get away with stops here, guys. 1 hour close. Even if you get the bullish fake out back in, you should still push through. So exactly the same place we've just had stops for our 22 pips. We've just had 22 pips on stream. And it was a swoop entry, but can we get this pullback? Really want this pullback. Come on, because we want to rule out this fake out basically. Because yes, it could still play out, but why do we need to sit in it? Why do we need to sit in it? If we just be a bit more patient, we'll look to get back. What I will say, we might not need a pullback that far. Only need a pullback to here. Let me just look left. Yeah, look, we do mess about. This is the thing. You can even come down to 3287. We could take another swoop entry, which is here, but we'd have to go risk-free around that. Well then, buddy. Welcome, Anuraj, is it? Anuraj? Welcome, mate. So 15s, look what the 15s can do. Sorry, yeah, these are the 15s, aren't they? So the 15s can still pop. Yeah, that's all we need, isn't it? Okay, there we are. Right, guys, I'm going to get a sell stop underneath. So we're going to have a sell stop underneath. Sell stop. My stops are 3293. We've had the pullback area now. We ideally want this 15 to be the one more flips. It doesn't actually have to be though. So as long as the one really does. Because I don't want the next 15 to pop down, you see. Next 15 pops down and then. So I'm going to have a sell stop underneath the 15. I'm only risking 0.5% on this. Stop. Stops are 3, 2, 9, 3. Yeah. This is what I call a swoop entry, so it's a bit more of aggressive entry. Yeah, perfect. Okay. I will be going risk-free at 3-2. We'll be taking partial move to break. It's up to yourself whether you take partial there, but my TP for this is only 3272. This is the interesting thing about it, because I'm expecting a rejection from around them levels. So this is my stop loss for the sell. So we're looking at something like this. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. I'll be going risk-free. Whether you take partial at around that level, it's completely up to yourself. Okay, you don't have to. It's just what I do. And everything I do doesn't mean... doesn't mean it's the right way. It's the right way for me. This is the beauty thing of it. See the importance of waiting for the pullback. I'm going to take this off for now. Once we get activated, that this is the one just giving us a top wick. This is what's nice about it. How steep is this top wick going to be on the one? And if the one closes back in like that, then we just delete and we wait. Price is just messing about at that point. Left actually. Well, I say we delete. For this one, close bullish and then bearish. So we could potentially just leave on, I suppose. I was thinking, could we get a rejection here? Could we look at a entry round 3290? We close in. So we could actually pull all the way back to 3294 and then still flip back to the downside. There's another bullish close there. Sorry, bearish close. Bearish close. Sorry, bullish close. Up, up, close to stops. That one doesn't drive actually, so we could actually get activated and still get took up. I might look at another entry from 32990. Remember, I'm only risking 0.5% on this, right? It's not much at all. But yeah. I can see it's popping down. I can see it's popping down. If the one closes like this, then we've got a nest play. What a nest play is where the range we're in on the one currently is from here to here. That's the range we're in, right? The one's closed into this range, therefore where should we be going? Down here. Now, if we close bullish, but we still close respecting this level, then we're still in this range, therefore we should still be coming down. What you tend to get is the next candle then will pop up and then flip and come through. It's what we call a nest play. So it's all on this one, really. I am interested to take an entry around 3290. But it'd be the same lot as this, so that means the risk on this would be hardly anything, because I think this could be an area we reject from. Look left. Yeah, look at these areas here. Yeah, it really could be an area we reject from. I might be interested in that. Maybe this 3290. Excuse me. 15 down. This 15 is going to be interesting. If this 15 closes back in, that's fine. It's allowed. Be worth deleting though. So currently, if we get activated, we're going to have to go risk-free at 3282 until the 15 closes back in. So let's say we get something like this, the next 15 then closes back in, doesn't activate us, then you can push the take partial move to break even. But if the 15's in the upper range, we could just get this, pop down, tap, and then a flip to the upside. Obviously we don't want to be took up. If this new 15 can pop up with no bottom wick, which is in 11 seconds, I might look to sell from 3289. Be same lot size, so it'll be like 0. It will literally be 0.25% risk. Okay, so stand by. If this 15 can pop up to here, I'm going to look to take entry. Same lots. So less risk. This is a swoop entry, right? So it's more aggressive. 15's closed back in. And we'd go risk free, but down in 32987, sorry. We're going risk free here. This might want to break the highs though. That's the thing. Break these highs. It closed yet. I'm not in yet, guys, right? I'm not in. Just want to see how these candles go. Okay, now I'm going to be in. I'm in for a sell. Stops the same. We're going to be going risk free quick. I am in for a sell. I get in literally there. Stops are 3293. Take partial move to break even is 3287. Right? Actually, no, sorry, it's not. That's just an area I've marked up. We are expecting a flip off the 1 hour if we can. On this level. As soon as we pull away off the 5. I'm not risk free yet, guys. It's only a low risk, that's why I've got no. See how this 5 closes. So I'm not risk free yet on this. But pay attention, guys, right? Because it's going to be quick. Swoop entries are fast, so you've got to be ready to change and listen, concentrate what I'm saying. Yeah, I can tell you a bit in a second. So this is a 15, no bottom wick. We've had a fake out though, right? So normally if you get a fake out like this, it means you can come and break the highs. So this is a bit of a riskier trade, right? But what I'm expecting is, could this potentially be the pullback of the 1 hour or flipping? And that's it. This is just a pullback. That's what we're thinking this could be. That's why we're looking at an entry around here. And the 15's got no bottom wick. So as soon as we create this bottom wick, that's when we'll go risk free. You ideally want the 5 to respect these levels still. Yeah, so we need the 5 respecting this level, ideally. If the 5 closes above, we can look to get out. That's what you get with swoop entries. It's fast, it's in, you go risk-free quick. It's sort of, you've got your actual trade, but then you're going down the time frames as how can we sort of test areas where we can get in with the low risk. And that's all we've done. So we've used the same lot as what we would with the 1 hour breakout here, same lot size, so the risk is far less. And we're sort of willing to sort of risk this loss on seeing if this is an area where we're going to reject from to get a better entry. And that's all it is. 26 seconds left of this 5. See what this 5 does. How long have we got left to the 15? We've still got 2 5-minute candles left to this 15. What is this 15 going to do? We've got a new 5-minute candle. So the 5's closed above. Oh, it has closed above, I suppose. Let's see what this next 5 does. I'm not out yet, guys. I'm not out. I want to see if I can get a bottom wick for this 5. That's where I'll go risk-free, I think. Go risk-free here. Don't have a risk-free bit. Thought that was wrong. We've still got our sell stops on off the 1. We break the low again. Sorry guys, I keep coughing. I haven't been very well. I'm just getting over it all. Okay, we broke the lows again. Can we get down to our risk-free zone? Did we break the lows? No, we didn't. Not quite, nearly. Oh, the 5's flipping. Looks like the 5's going to flip. See what this 5's going to do. Got 2 5-minute candles left of this 15. So it's going to be very interesting what this 50, how this 15 is going to look. Which is, that's also the 30. So if we think about the 30 candle, so let's say the 30 closes like this. I would imagine the new 30 gives us a bottom wick and then can flip to the upside if it's going to do that. Or is this just a fake out to the upside and not to create a new low to drive down? That's what we're trying to work out. Now remember, this is our original, this is our main trade, this one. This is where we are full risk of what we're comfortable with. When I mean full risk, it's what your risk management is. So mine's either 1 or 2%, right? So this, we're using the same lot size on this because this is what we call a swoop entry. Okay, it's a riskier trade, a lot less risk, but all we're trying to see is get a better entry on this. It would be the same lot size, if that makes sense, right? How's the 5 going to close? We just need a 5 bearish close. 1 minute 30. If the 5 can close back below this level, happy. Would be the start of the 15. or doji style candle. Tell you what, the sun's out today. I will be sunbathing. Eight seconds for a 5 close. How is this going to close? $13 pips. The time we delete this, it's probably off the 2. If the 2 hour closes back in, we'll look to delete this. Not even the 1. Because we had another 5 bullish close, so it means we could be pushing higher. This 5 can flip to the upside at any point. This could just be a bottom wick. So if you don't like it, get out now, because you've got a small profit there. But I would imagine we get a pullback with the next 15, which is in 5 minutes. So if this 15 stays in and around this area, even if we're going to drive up, I would imagine the new 15 comes down, creates a bottom wick for this next 15, and then flip to the upside. But also, you might even get a steeper bottom wick. Why? Because that's the 30. 30 closes. Bottom wick can easily come and tap previous support, which is this level. And then flip. But also, what could we get? We could get a fake out back to the downside. And then that's the 30 closing. Fake out. Then we start coming down. That'll be the 1 flipping. Not 1. Yeah, it will. Well, that'll be the 1 closing bullish nest player. It's interesting, guys. It's interesting. So I don't actually think we'll drop until this 15 closes. Because if we come and break these highs now, it just means this whole move was just a fake out. That was it. Fake out to the upside to come and break these highs. But we won't know until the 1 hour closes. Because the 1 hour's broke out. So if the 1 hour closes back in, then you would imagine that that's a fake out to come and break these highs. But we know from previous data that the 1 can close back in and then still drive through the floor. So it's a strange area. I'm just going to go and grab my trigger. Ouch. There we go. That's the drop. That's what we're after. Look at the flip on the 15 now. Yeah. So let's go risk free. You could wait for the 5 if you want to. Okay. You can even take some partial if you want to now. So this is a low risk. But we're in. So can the hour flip? That's what we're trying to get. Is the hour going to flip? And if this is just the top wick of the hour, there's 30 minutes left. So could we just see the new 30 flip to the downside? Oh, looks like the 15's closing. Doji, bearish. Oh, that's a lovely 15 close, guys. As long as, let's see if we can avoid a top wick. See if we can avoid a top wick. So you are currently up now 18 pips. So if you want to take some partial, take some partial. I've not took anything yet. Come on. Flip. We need this 15 to flip, which is the 30. So the 30 is giving us a top wick now. If we can avoid this top wick, tell you what I'm going to do. My stops are actually going to be just the high of this. That's where my stops are. If we break the high again, it looks like we are heading that way. But if we don't, and we're just getting the top wick off the 30, so if this 30 comes up, we shouldn't break the top wick to close back into the lower zones. But currently the 30's closed back into the zone. No. Come on. If I get stopped here, guys, this is going to be down as a break even for me, right? Because it should be break even now, technically. Just realised, did I put that sell stop on? Nothing here. Put the sell stop on. Is it on the trade IDs? Oh, is this the 15 flip? Two. This 15 flip, that's the question. Come on, the 15. Flippage. There we go. There we go. If you look at the 5, the 5's just flipped. Oh, what are you doing? Come on. What we're going to flip then. 30 seconds. Ugh. If we close bullish like this, we might need to break the highs again. In seconds. Come on. 3 seconds. So we've closed bullish. We might need to break the highs before driving down, which the next candle might do it. A little top work. Hello, Rosie. Hello. Said it's going to drop through the floor. Oof. We've had a top wick. Oh shit. They're pulling my lights off. So we really need a 5 bearish close with this one. If we don't, we'll probably get stopped. But if we do, that should be the one what initiates the push down. Unless we need another break of the highs. But pick back up. One's a mint ammo. So you should either be risk free now or you've stopped to where I have. If you've took partial, fantastic. But the thing with the lots, because I'm using the same lot as off our original trade, is not much to take for me, so it's not worth it. So if this gets stopped now, it's just a break even trade. So we're breaking these eyes now. Just means it's not ready yet. Still respecting this area though, aren't we? There, now I'm out. Okay, guys, break even on that. Oh, look what it's done now. I knew it. Let's see what this 5 does. I might re-enter. If 5 closes like this, what would that be? Wait, that might be worth waiting for the 15. Might be re-entering here, guys, right? If the 5 closes bearish, I'll re-enter. Stops will literally just be the top of the 5. Might not go until the next 15 though, that's the thing. So if this 15 can close like this, oh guys, I'm in for another entry here. I'm in again here, guys. It stops at the high. I got $50. $50 if this loses. So my stop is just here. Remember, these are the same lots as the 1 hour. We're just trying to get a better entry. So yeah, I have re-entered. Might not go until the 15. So if the 15 closes like this, what you've had is, and gold does this a lot, you have a bearish candle and then you have a bullish one and people think, okay, it's carrying on up, and then the next one fakes out back in. So that's ideally what we want to see. That would be the hour close and respecting this level, and that's what we want, because then we would have a nest player. So really it's probably on this 15. Break even down on here. When you take these swoop runs, you got to say to yourself, are you happy with how much is it going to cost you to test the water to see if that is the area you're rejected from? That's what it is. You're just testing it, and then you can add positions if you want to with the proper lot size. But what are we willing to risk to? I don't mind risking. This is $40 for me if this hits. It technically break even. Okay. Anything less than $50 really is a break even. That's a break even for me. Is the next 15 literally going to open up? Just drop. That's what we're trying to see.
And on top of it, please make sure you share out this link.
Here we go. Can the 15 flip? I'm not sure it's going to flip. If this closes like this, fantastic. New 15, small top wick, and a push down. For 50. 1 minute left of it. There's the 15. Can the next 15 fake out for us? There's a little top wick. Can we flip to the downside and drive? That's now. So the 30 closed back in. So are we going to get a fake out to the downside of the 30? What is it? How is this one going to close? That's the question. We know the one can close back into this range. What's this 15 going to do? If the 15 comes and taps this level 3288, I'll go risk free because he shouldn't be coming back up if we're going to fake out at that point. Let's see if we can get there. Yeah. Yeah, I was on there. Nearly. See, if we don't drive, that means the one's going to fake out to the upside. This 15 is going to really tell us what the next hour is going to do. If we can get a fake out on this 15 like that, even if the 1 hour closes above, it's a really good sign that the next hour is going to drive down. But that's what we're after, really. Coming up. Nice top wick on the 15. It's sort of what we needed. See, this 15 shouldn't be breaking. If this is going to fake out this 15 shouldn't be breaking this wick. This is the thing. If it does, we're just wrong. It's not ready yet for the 1 hour to flip. Right? But if we fake out now, that's enough of a top wick. We shouldn't be breaking the previous wick. We could go a bit further, I suppose. But we shouldn't break it for this to flip. And look at this 15 now. Eight minutes left. Here we go. He's the fake out. Tell you what, if we get a fake out and I get a top wick on the hour, might look to get a better entry. Okay guys, I'm gonna go risk free. Because the one might still come up, you see. But we really need this fake out. There we go. It's about. It's because the hour's about to close, that's why. You know what, I might. What's the hour? Do you know what, guys? I'm actually going to leave my stop up the hour. Because I want to see. $50, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm going to leave my stop above the hour because I want to see if the hour gives us a top wick and then fakes out back to the downside. But there's another the first one, you could have had 18 pips. Second one, you could have had 15 pips. So, you know, if you're taking partial or you're in proper risk with these, fantastic. It's a lovely entry, lovely entry. Depending on how this 1 hour opens up, we might get another entry on, but with higher risk. Probably 15 close. Oh, plot twist. 1 minute left, 15. Is it going to push bullish? Oh, look at that. We closed bullish. What's going to happen now? So that's the hour close, guys, right? So the hour's closed into this zone. Have we got the miraculous? See if it picks up the... Yeah. So we've had a fake out back into the zone on the upside. Now, the only way I'm deleting this is if the 2 closes back in. Because I know the 1 can close in there, right? We know that from this area. So if we look at this area, the 1 can close back in, and then the next one pushes down. So, yeah. I've still got this on until the 2 closes. But the issue we've got is the 2... By high impact news. No, we haven't. We've got medium impact. Don't mind that. We actually haven't got high impact news today. It's not too bad. So the new hour, it's just a case of can the new hour flip to the downside after a top wick. To see. I won't be on much longer, guys, I'll be honest with you. I might leave this with you. Name my trade IDs in the Discord. Any changes I'll put into there. Yeah. I'm not even out yet. Just be like that. Still in. No amount. Okay, guys, we've just got to wait. It's not ready yet. We've still got our sell stops on underneath 3284. This wing back. I mean, it did, I suppose. You could have grabbed. Yeah. You could have grabbed. What's about here, wasn't it? We had 18 pips on the first one, and then you pushed 25 pips on the second one. But this is not ready yet to come down. Okay, I've still got the 1 hour sell stops on. Because it's more off the 2 if the 2 is going to flip. If we don't flip on the 2, then we delete. Okay, we delete. So it's all on this 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock. This 2 hour candle. Winston. Big rejection on the 15. Oh, look where it's rejected from. On this too, guys.
it's under 10K. You guys want to get to 10K? This is what we're gonna do.
If you need to learn how to talk to a lady, ask your mum. Ask your mum.
Huge rejection on the 15. Look at the 15, guys, right? Look at that rejection on the 15. It's all on the 2. What I'm going to do is probably leave the stream on. Okay? I'm going to leave the stream on. I'm going to have a bite to eat. Yeah, no, we are. Yes, I will be back shortly. We'll be back in a minute, guys. How we looking? Sup, bro? Oh, look at price shot to the bro. Yeah. Okay, how long have we got left on the 2? 20 minutes. I can't see that flipping now. I can't. Okay, we're going to delete this sell stop. Move. We're going to delete that. And I'm probably going to call it a stream, guys. Delete. Yeah, so it just means price is pushing up. I've still got these zones though for wing back buys. If they don't get activated today, we'll look to delete. But yeah, I'm still in that. Other than that, today's probably been a break-even session. Really, we grabbed a nice win earlier on. You could have had another 15 pips. Could have had another 18 pips. I didn't take partial. And then we had small losses on that. So it's probably a break-even day. You should be in profit. Let's have a look actually. Like today. I customize. What's the day today? Yeah. Oh, I'm up $80, which is not too bad. Why does it do that? Why do that? Goes up. There. So we're up $80 basically. So our first trade we bagged, I think, was $160, and then we had 2 swoop entries on which didn't play out, testing the water basically. So yeah, we're up. We haven't lost, so it's a win. Okay, so I'll be back on. I've still got these wing back buys on. I'll be back on tomorrow. If anything changes on these wing backs, I will drop it in the Trade Ideas group. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna love yous and leave yous. Have a fantastic day. Enjoy the sunshine. Peace out.